Okay, so this last episode we went ahead and digitized the roads onto here, and I did that by um, doing a combination of zooming in and panning. I'm going to turn this off. In fact, I'm just going to remove that. Um, the reason I zoomed in is so that I can clearly see the roads that I was digitizing. So take a look at that previous video if you want to get a handle on that. I've since made the roads about a 1.5 thickness on the symbol, and I made the color kind of a dark brown so it can be seen on almost every type of way that we're going to be looking at it. So it'll stand out no matter what how we go about viewing it in the layouts. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom back out to the boundary, and that's what our road system looks like. The next thing I'm going to do is to include the stream system. And a lot of times you might be able to glean the stream system from a topo map. A lot of topo maps have blue lines on them. So the thing that we're going to do is we're going to load up the topo maps, and I'm going to do it the way I showed you in class. There are a couple of ways. You can go out to the NC1 map and load it, but we're just going to go straight to the add data from GIS. In fact, it's both the same maps. I think NC1 map and ArcGIS Online maps both point to the same server, which is the USA topos. So anyway, again, just let me walk you through that really quick. I click on the Add Data down arrow, and I select the one at the bottom, Add Data from ArcGIS Online. In the search window, I just type topo, hit enter, and I have a number of different forms of the same layer here. I'm just going to select this one right here. It's got ISRI stamp of approval, so we'll just pick that one up. And I click OK, or I click Add, and it gives me a little whine about the coordinate system, and it pulls it right in. Now, a lot of times, I'm going to zoom out a little bit. A lot of times you'll see some blue line features on maps. There's actually one right here. That is a stream that's running down Walker in the Woods. So, but there's nothing actually inside the Beatty except for this very northern part. So that doesn't do me a whole lot of good. I might be able to use that when I'm digitizing that reach of the stream. There is a stream, though. If you ever go up there, you know there's a flowing stream most of the year that follows this channel. So that's another way you can do it. You can actually follow a channel down. Sometimes the channels and the actual stream don't match up. And I'll show you a good example of how sometimes the topo maps are not as accurate as maybe trying to glean stuff off of aerial photography. Here's a really good example. See this road right here? That's on the topo map. They're trying to depict this right here. And so when they created this topo map, this road was incorrectly drawn, because there is no road up there. If anybody's ever walked above the road, they realize it's just as steep as can be, all the way up to the top there. So they were trying to depict this road, and in fact it's really there, because I just digitized it off the aerial photographs. So probably the same for these channels. They weren't as drawn as accurately as they could be. They're not bad, but they're not as accurate as they could be. So I'm going to turn off the topo map, and I'm going to digitize this channel right here. I'm going to use the same technique that I did before by zooming in and then just panning. Okay. So again, first step is to turn on our catalog, find your folder, so you know where it's going to go. Click on right mouse click and go New, Shapefile, and I'm going to call this Streams. Make it a polyline. I'm going to edit the coordinate system so that it too is in state plane coordinates. So halfway down, you see the net 83 in feet. Select North Carolina. Click OK. and it should be ready to go. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in before I get started with it to this part right here. And I'm just going to follow what appears to me to be the stream. Okay, so we'll put the stream in edit mode. I right mouse click, go edit, start streaming. Start editing, and click continue. There's my streams. The construction tools are available, and so is my my draw tool. So I'm just going to start outside the property just a little bit. I'm just going to follow this dark line down. Go to my pan tool. In fact, you know what? Make life a little simpler. I'm going to drag my little pan tool right over here so it's closer by. So I get my pan tool. I'm going to pan so that I can see what's going on here. And then I go back to my streams. And I'm ready to rock. And I'm going to pan again. This stream takes a lot of meanders as it's cutting around through here. So it's kind of hard to see, but I'm just doing the best guess. Crosses the road right here. There is a little culvert, and then it proceeds down the other side of the road. Pan to that. Okay, back to streams, and it's kind of moving along this way. And at some point down here, it ties into this other stream, which I believe is right about here. So I double click. Done with that. I'm going to pan, and I may have gone a little too far. That stream looks like it goes right here, so I can edit that, and I can move this one back to there, and then I'm ready to proceed with my next one. So turn that off. So it moved it back. Now I'll just go to my next. I'll make sure streams is activated again, and I'm ready to rock and roll. Crosses under that little bridge right there. I'm going to connect it to that, make sure it snaps, and I'm out of there. All right, very good. I'm going to zoom to the whole boundary again, and take editor out of edit mode, save my edits, and I'm going to save my stream. I'm going to make it kind of a light blue color, and I'm going to make it really wide so it can be clearly seen. So there's my stream. That may be a little wide. I'll make it a little narrower. There we go. Okay, so got my stream. So I really don't like that color. Do you? There we go. That looks a little better. All right, so editor is done, right? Save our work. Done.